Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to another showcase of awkward ting tongs. Chapter segment. This is another video on this channel.
Yes.
There. This video. I guess we should do the introductions too.
He always wants to skip it nowadays. He's just like, they know
Because I
us.
feel like it's not real. I'll put the little caption gimmick, and so anyhow, my name is Quinton.
I'm MJ.
And welcome to this debacle. Today's showcase, we're doing the Power Rangers. Was it Always and Forever, or
I think always. And
yeah,
forever.
sounds like
some BS like that. Some
Yeah,
cheesiness.
exactly.
Some cheesiness like the Power Rangers always is.
yeah, some R. Kelly, Luther Vandross like line of some sort. The Power Ranger movie that came out, their 30th anniversary, we saw the return of quite a few different stars, if you will.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
I mean, they were stars, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, they were stars.
They were. He ain't wrong.
Yeah.
He ain't wrong.
In the 90s, they were so popular.
I know. I remember I grew up not liking them. My cousins all loved them. I did not
Same.
care. I did not care for the Power Rangers.
My brother was literally obsessed with Power Rangers. Like, he watched all of them, and then, I was, forced to watch them because, had to babysit.
I remember getting in a fight with my babysitter because she was like, why don't you want to come over? And I was like, all we do is watch Power Rangers. And she's like, you never want to watch anything. And I was like, I don't know what else is to watch because we're always watching Power Rangers.
It's like, I don't know what other options are out there available
exactly.
to me.
It's always on that. Like, there's nothing I can do. I fail. I was like 7.
It's like, what do you want from me?
Literally.
I want you to participate. I was like, it's hard to do when I don't know what to watch. So with that being said, I do like the homage and the nod they did to the original Trini men, or no, what was Trini's name?
I'm not even going to try to say it because I know I'll probably say it wrong, to be completely honest. So
Charlie Kirsch, there we go. Got it.
Boom.
Hope so. Who, as we know, she actually, in real life, died 20 years ago. Actually, she died before they finished even one of the seasons, right?
I think she died before the first. Yeah, she died before the first season finished.
Yeah.
I think she's only in a total of 5 episodes.
It's got to be more than that because they've made her a relevant point of the movie.
No, I'm saying, but I think the extra series was I think she's literally in 5 until she died.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Which kudos to them and the directors and everyone for acknowledging the previous Power Rangers who paved the way, kind of thing. That's keeping it going to this day. And she, as well as the character that played Tommy, Jason David Frank. Yes.
But I thought his name was also Jason in the show, too.
No, Jason was the Red Ranger. So there's Jason and Rocky, who were the
really.
first two.
I always thought Tommy was the red one and Jason was the green one.
Tommy was the green and white Ranger, broski. Trust me, I'm 100% positive on that one. Like that, my brother was obsessed.
Yeah, you're right. His name was Jason David Frank.
Correct. And then Trini, the original Trini.
Trang. Sorry, I read her name now. The Yellow Ranger is Toy Trang.
Toy Trang, yeah. And then the Charlie Kirsch was her daughter, who played Min, who's the new Yellow Ranger. Which I will say, kudos to them. Like I said, they did a very good job with.
It was interesting.
Yeah, they acknowledge everyone. They paid homage to everyone. They tried to make it the best.
I'm not gonna lie though. I love how right off the bat when we're getting into it, before they actually killed off the Yellow Ranger in the actual series now this time. I do like how for instance, there was a few actors that couldn't obviously be in the movie, R.I.P. because they aren't here.
There was only 2 of them.
And then, then Kimberly, who's still very much alive, I forgot her name, but she just refused. She just said, no, I'm good. So what they did right away was...
Which, to be honest, she could have done it because it would have helped her. Never mind.
Anyway, before we go down that path, what I liked though right away is that whoever was playing the characters in the uniform, you know what I mean, because obviously it wasn't them, they just had them get, we'll say kidnapped. They had them get kidnapped, taken right away. Right out the way. You don't even get to hear their voice. There's nothing, and they're always stuck in their uniform. So I thought that was really clever how they did that. Okay, I see what you did here.
Speaking of the stunt doubles that were in the uniform, can we talk? You know where I'm going with this. You know where I'm going. So the Red Ranger, Rocky, for this one, he's put on a few pounds since his series hair.
And obviously noticeable, not to be a dick. It's obviously
noticeable.
Wow. And then but the whole fact though too that they have him coming in eat with food.
Yeah,
I was about to eat. Clearly you've been eating, bro. We see.
Seriously. And his stunt double, who's at least a 50 pounds lighter than he
was.
As soon as I saw that morph, I was like, wow, they couldn't even put him in like the costume to play it off a little bit. Like, no, not at all. Yeah, poor. But it was very obvious. Like, that's one of those. It reminds me of those bad '80s like blaxploitation movies where it was like, clearly there's a stunt double here.
Right.
And then that was the part where like, because he's blown up. He's at least a good 230 or so. And his stunt double's like 150.
Legit. And like, legit, the only reason we're bringing it up is just because you can see Claire say, like, why would you do that? You see how he looks out of the uniform. So you would think, okay, can't wait to see him in it. And then it's just not, you can just tell, like, okay, that's not even his body. Like, why?
And that's the bad, because they could have did what they did with Aisha and Adam, the black and the other Yellow Ranger,
the second Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes it
They
kind
weren't
of
even in uniform. Yeah, like they were wearing like their little space uniform, because she had put on a few pounds as well. But they didn't have her in her Power Ranger uniform. It was in her like space cadet uniform or whatever.
Right.
Which they could have did the same thing with the Rocky. That way it's like okay, because like that's not fat shaming. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna have someone stunt double for someone else, like, I get the suit's supposed to give you powers. But really, the suit makes you lose 50 pounds too.
Literally, like, okay, like so I'm assuming, because I guess the suit also gives you strength. Yeah. Remember, they're like, you can't fight them on your own. They're made of rocks, literally.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, being a child, because like I said, I didn't care for the series. I never paid attention to that. I just assumed like, oh, they're just gifted for some reason. They can punch hard. And then actually watching the movie, I seen like she was fighting them and she was struggling. And then I was like, okay, so the suits apparently make you skinny and strong. Okay, I got that.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was in the 90s. Like, get these special powers, use this like super huge belt buckle, which I know you have something to say about the belt buckle. And then you get like super strong and like it glows. You have a dinosaur Zord, and it's a thing.
So the buckle, just talking about it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember them being, this bitch, the Yellow Ranger, had a whole handle for her buckle. I remember legit, this part I remember clear as day. When they did it, it was this big, because you could hold it in your hand, it was, ha! Just so you go like this. It wasn't like, oh, here's my thing.
I mean,
I was mad
The first movie, it was that big. Like, during the show, it wasn't, as...
No, it wasn't.
But the first movie,
when they became ninjas and then they got their powers back?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was not that big. It was the same way.
It wasn't this small. Like, it was pretty big.
No.
I mean, a little smaller than the movie.
It legit was the same. It was still enough to go like this. It wasn't that honking thing that was like this.
I will play it back for you so you can see it.
We can
play it for them
rounds.
because we can't see it right now,
We
obviously.
can go rounds. I remember clear as day, because it was a small-ass fucking coin that had to go in the small-ass device, and I remember owning the fucking toy version.
Again, the toy version was different than the movie
big.
prop version. That's the toy version, not what they used.
Yeah.
No.
It was.
Totally not.
It was.
I'll show you.
I've seen props.
Clearly, you don't remember them.
I do. I follow,
Sometimes
cons.
the inches that you think they aren't what they really are.
I don't believe you. I don't believe it's lies.
I'm not going to make any examples, but there are times where every inch counts. And then I do love the fact that they used Alpha 9, the little cyborg robot, because it went from Alpha 5, which was the original, and then they even did a flashback to Alpha 8.
Oh, bitch, see, I didn't even know any of that.
I watched so much of it.
I remember in one of the movies, Alpha gets fried, and then he comes back to life, and I'm just like, oh, it's the same Alpha. Okay, okay.
And then, as the story progressed, Alpha changes, and that's why they were at Alpha 9, which, and then they just flash Alpha 8, and then Rita, which, by the way, kudos to you, Rita, who was played by the Robo Rita, who's actually the same person.
She's the voice actor of the original, isn't she?
So she's the actual actress, but then she's a voice actress for this movie. So not only did they bring past Rangers, but they also brought Rita and the villain. So I love that aspect of it. And then they did a nod to Zordon and all the other ones, because the actual person that plays Zordon also died as well. But they acknowledge him the way they respectfully acknowledge everyone, use everyone, and gave everyone their respective spotlight time. I was like, okay, I'm not mad at it.
I agree. I did like that. That was really cool. Like I said, I did like how everything did go in. I'm not gonna lie though, going back, I don't like the Robo Rita. I still think it's stupid. This energy's out, and then he explained to me, because I guess I missed this whole scene, but how she became the robot.
Yeah, because of Alpha 8.
Because Alpha 8, and she transformed into it, and I just still don't understand that, because now isn't Rita a good witch technically in a way? Doesn't she still have powers? She's just good.
No.
No?
No.
I didn't see the series finals. I honestly don't know. Like I said, I was going off of the movie because the movie even says that they explained it at the very end, obviously.
And how it changed.
But until I got there, I was like, this makes no sense. I don't get it. So just evil energy just goes in, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer all fucking over again. When a demon possesses a fucking
that's the
robot
crazy thing,
computer.
though. I think that's why I kind of liked it. Like, I couldn't stand it growing up because my brother was obsessed with it. But obviously, the more you're around, so whether you're trying to watch it or not, you end up remembering things, unfortunately. And I will say that it made no sense, just like actual Power Rangers. Like, excuse me, how are you at a cafe having a milkshake and all of a sudden there's these putty rocks that just pop up at your school?
Right.
Like, it's so stupid and ridiculous. But again, it goes in line with that whole...
I love how cheesy the movie was. Like, it was literally just like the series, the acting, the fighting, all of it. I was like, this is
so bad.
So great. Like, that's what made me like it, honestly.
Which kind of makes me upset for the characters and the actors that are playing the Power Rangers because they've been typecast as being cheesy people, basically. Because even before he died, Jason David Frank, a.k.a. Tommy, the only other movie that I've ever seen him in is like a cheesy kung fu movie that was also really bad.
I've only ever seen him in literally everything related to Power Rangers because I remember
every Comic-Con.
No, there's actually another series too. Like I think it's Power Rangers Dino Force or Wild Thunder or Dino. It's something like that. I just remember there's 3 of them, and he comes in and
I swear there's like 8 of them.
Well, still, I'm just saying.
He makes
like,
cameos in like every
one of the teams though. Like no, because he was there for the whole season of that series. Like he literally was their mentor from day 1 to day end, and then they're all like eventually in the middle. They're like, you were a Power Ranger? And he's like, oh yeah, that's my secret. But I study, I forgot what it's called, but I study fossils now. That's what I do.
Yeah, like archaeology, I think. Like Jurassic Park people.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah, like I think he was in like literally every adaptation of Power Rangers. Zeo, Space, Galaxy, Wild Force, Dino Thunder. Oh god,
why do you know all of them?
Again, what part of my brother was obsessed? Do you not understand?
I just watched a YouTube video of like them all coming together, and it's funny because before I watched the movie, I watched that little clip, and as like I'm watching the movie, I'm like, there's literally like what? At least 25 teams alone that are out there. Where the hell are they all?
Seriously, that did make me mad because Alpha's like, attention all Rangers,
and only 2 literally show up, and then 2 respond and like can't make it, and the rest of them are literally. I was like, wait, so only 2 responded saying sorry, can't make it because they had legit excuses. I'm in space.
No, that was a bullshit excuse because they were literally
like galaxies away. They were on a station in space. They were somewhere else coming back from a mission.
And then they coincidentally pop up when all your things. I was like, you guys saw the problem. Like, we're here now. Oh, it's over. Okay,
we were just about to teleport down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like,
well, I'm glad that you take over and that's what confused me too now too. So like, okay, so in the series, clearly Yellow Ranger gets replaced. I don't know how they said it, like, because obviously she didn't die in the series.
Right.
So like, I got confused about now her kid, what team is she a part of? Because the older generation clearly aren't Power Rangers anymore. Like they have the powers, they're still Rangers, but they're not the team that's happening, and clearly they have a much bigger age gap. It's just like I think it's the 3rd season when they bring in the 12-year-old, and everyone had an uproar about that.
I think it was like
it was like Power. I know the movie's Power
Rangers.
It
wasn't the season, but it was like the Turbo one.
No, he's in the series too.
Well, no, because
the movie came out, and then he progresses to the series, and then I remember I asked. This was another YouTube video I watched. But another person. Families got uproar like this is a young adult show, not a kid show. Like
because he was
it's violence.
Either Tommy or Rocky's nephew, cousin. So he was related to one of the Power Rangers. That's how he popped up in there. But the Tommy, that's one other thing. Speaking of like being related to leaders, so in all the Ranger series, the Red Ranger is the leader of the series.
Until the green or white one show up.
Exactly. Somehow or another, the Blue and Black Ranger, who no one even knew existed really, I guess it's because they're the only ones alive, but they became the leaders of the Rangers. I'm like, sorry to be a dick, but like, really, you guys were the background at best.
Literally.
And now all of a sudden, Billy's this great, smart, let me invent everything, and now I'm the leader, and then Zach is like, pretty much his
Billy, from what I remember from the series, Billy has always been smart.
He was a smart one, yeah, but like now he's like inventing
talking
all this
about
like
that,
invisible
like
cloaks.
His car can fly. I was like,
exactly.
What?
He has a flying
What year
car.
are we in that you have a flying car and no one else does?
Yeah, he has a flying car. He makes an invisible outfit, like you can go invisible. And I'm like, really with the nanotechnology, but it's only good for a limited time. Like, wait a second.
Irritating.
It was like, it's so stupid. I was like, okay. And then the random one scene where they have like the gay couple that's like getting attacked.
Yeah, help!
So
My boyfriend
stupid.
needs help. I was like, why did we need that in the movie?
Yeah, that
I'm sorry.
whole part
The gay
was
representation's everywhere. We don't need it in
Yeah.
everything because it's literally everywhere now. I can
It's
understand.
becoming super obnoxious.
I can understand
honestly.
5 years ago, because literally just 5 years ago, it was not like how it was today. We
Yeah.
didn't see it in TV shows. We didn't see it in advertisement. We
Right.
didn't see it anywhere as much as we do
I
right
blame
now.
you, RuPaul. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm about to get so much hate.
But yeah, so like with them just throwing that in there, you could tell it was just be like, oh, look at we
Yeah.
support when
Like,
you
look at
don't
us
need that
be-
because we already like.
It's like
there's
we have
no
a
reason.
we have
no
a
reason.
rainbow superhero, so we might as well throw a gay. And I'm like, really? Like that was not even a thing.
And then
even
them
close.
just hugging. I'm like, okay, best friends.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm glad we're alive because a flying car saved us. Yay! Like what?
Like,
it
in
was
all
so
honesty,
stupid.
they could have literally made it like, okay, he's crashed and he's just holding his head like he was, and
Yeah.
she like turns to miss him, and there just happens to be a group of those freaking dudes right there,
Yeah.
and she just hits them like she did.
Like they didn't have to be so
have to.
obnoxious with it. Like it was stupid.
And it made me wonder why they went after his boyfriend and not him, because clearly his boyfriend ran away and they chased him.
Because he's black, you can't beat up a black guy.
I hate
Cultural
you.
diversity.
I hate you. I hate you.
With that being said, on our ding and dong scale, how would you rate this one?
Oh, it's a total dong.
Okay, so
Like, I
from
didn't
an-
like how one, like the morphing and everything was just sped up. I didn't like how they would just flip and it just
Yeah.
change into it right away, like these blue
Yeah.
little spirals. I didn't like how when the droids came, you could tell like they literally sped up all of that. I was like, this is not the same. Like the whole point of it and the whole reason why a lot of kids liked it mostly, I want to say for at least my age growing up, was it was the droid action. It was watching these big machines coming out of the ground.
That's what sold the merch and
and
the toys.
legit.
And,
And yeah, so no, it's a dong. I was very upset.
I will give it a ding for the nostalgia and the acknowledgement of past Power Rangers, but as a movie as a whole, being an adult, it's a total dong for me as well. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't like in theaters, like it was a streaming thing, so it was on Netflix, which where it should be. Kudos, because it should not be
Agreed.
outside of that, honestly. But thank you. So comment below, let us know, tell us what you think, whether you gave it a ding or a dong. Let us know down below what you want us to review next, and then we'll try
Legit,
to
because
make
we're
it
running out of
happen.
ideas, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
We're literally getting
We
like
need your
scrambling
help.
the bottom of the barrel. And sorry about the quality for the last video. I was trying something new. You know what? Don't judge it. You know.
Remember when they say
I mean,
don't fix things that aren't broken?
Well, sometimes you gotta experiment with things to see if you really like it. You gotta try it at least twice to make sure you don't like it.
Oh gosh.
On that note, before we get canceled again, my name is Quinton. His name is MJ.
Bye-bye.
And we'll see you guys next time on Awkward Ding Dongs. Have a good one.